Imagine walking into a room filled with tension. People don't know if they can trust each other, everyone's wearing a mask, conversations are layered with hidden meanings. Now imagine someone suddenly does something genuine, something unguarded. They offer you a piece of honest advice, admit a flaw, or do something kind without expecting anything in return. In that moment, your wall cracks just a little. That's the raw power of Law 12 from the 48 Laws of Power. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. What makes this law so effective is its ability to work directly on human psychology. At our core, we're all suspicious. Especially in environments where power is at play, people constantly question motives. But when someone is unexpectedly honest or generous, it short-circuits that suspicion. Why? Because it contradicts what we're expecting. It breaks the pattern. And when patterns are broken, people pay attention. But not all honesty is powerful. In fact, most honesty is useless unless it's strategically chosen and well-timed. That's the key to this law, selectivity. It's not about being honest all the time, or generous constantly. That would either make you look weak or become so predictable that people stop noticing. The real mastery is in choosing exactly when to be honest or generous, when it will have the maximum emotional impact. Let's explore an example. During World War II, Winston Churchill was known for his powerful speeches and leadership, but one of the things that made him truly effective was his selective honesty. At a time when leaders often sugar-coated news, Churchill famously addressed the British people with raw, unfiltered truth. "I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat." He didn't pretend everything was under control. He admitted the struggle ahead. And because he was honest about the hardship, people believed him when he promised victory. That honesty made him trustworthy, and that trust gave him power. Selective generosity works in a similar way. Think about mafia leaders in movies, or in real life. They're often portrayed as brutal, dangerous men. But they're also shown performing acts of great generosity, paying for someone's hospital bills, helping a struggling family, or remembering a birthday. These gestures don't erase the fear they instill, but they create a sense of loyalty and confusion in the minds of their followers. "He could have killed me, but instead he helped me." That emotional complexity creates dependence. And dependence is power. In modern settings, this law shows up everywhere, in job interviews, business deals, politics, and personal relationships. Suppose you're in a meeting, and someone questions your qualifications. Instead of getting defensive, you calmly say, "You're right, I don't have experience in that exact area. But that's why I've spent the past 6 months immersed in learning it." That small, honest admission disarms the critic, and your calm confidence in the second part wins them over. Or picture a tense relationship. Everything has been cold, transactional. One day, you give a thoughtful gift or write a sincere note. No expectations. No agenda. Just something personal. That one act may not fix everything, but it shifts the energy. It creates a crack where warmth can enter. That's what this law is about, breaking emotional defenses, so you can influence more deeply and effectively. But here's the dark side of this law: it can be used manipulatively. Con artists are masters at using honesty and generosity as traps. A scammer might return your lost wallet with everything intact, just so that days later, when they ask for a favor or investment, you'll trust them completely. The initial honesty becomes bait. So while this law is powerful, it also demands ethical responsibility. Use it with awareness, not to exploit, but to build. It's also essential to understand that selective honesty works best when it comes from a place of control. You are not spilling your secrets impulsively. You are choosing what to reveal, and when, for maximum effect. The same goes for generosity. It's not about draining your resources for approval, it's about creating an emotional impact that strengthens your position. There's a subtle elegance in this law. In a world obsessed with control, dominance, and visibility, this law reminds us that soft power, Power that works quietly, emotionally, and from the inside, is often more effective than force. Sometimes the sharpest blade is wrapped in velvet. Sometimes the most commanding voice is the one that whispers the truth at just the right moment. The ultimate lesson? People can resist force. They can question your logic. But when you give them a moment of unexpected truth or kindness, you reach something deeper: their trust, their loyalty, their emotions. And when someone feels emotionally safe with you, that's when you truly have power, not over them, but within the dynamic. Mastering Law 12 means knowing when to lower your armor, not to appear weak, but to draw others in. It's the art of being just vulnerable enough to be powerful. Not because you're pretending, but because you understand how much strength there is in being disarmingly real, exactly when it matters most.